Disney's latest live-action film is here, and this one is real exciting because it's starring...
La Crista!
Hey, absolutely not. Get in the corner. Get in the corner. This is a family channel, man. What is wrong with you? New Porter Report review is coming up right now. Just nasty. Aloha everybody, and welcome to the latest edition of the Porter Report. My name is BJ Porter, and I hope everybody is having an amazing day today. For all of my returning viewers, it is wonderful to see you all again, and for all my first timers out there, welcome, and we hope you enjoy everything that this video and channel has to offer. Okay, dude, you got one more time over there. Summer is in full swing with everybody out and about enjoying the best time of the year, both outdoors and in the Cineplex. May has already dropped some huge blockbusters, but the subject of our Porter Report movie review today is a fantastic adventure about a girl and her dog, or koala, or whatever you want to call it. Regardless, he is definitely a menace when he wants to be. Yep, that's right, I'm talking to you, Mr. Potty Mouth. Today I'm giving you guys the official review for Disney's Lilo and Stitch, directed by Dean Fleischer Camp, and starring Zach Galifianakis, Sydney Agudong, Courtney B. Vance, and as our titular duo, newcomer Maya Kealoha as Lilo, and reprising his role from the original movie's director Chris Sanders as the voice of Stitch. When the subject of Disney live-action remakes comes up, a divisive conversation almost always follows. While some do get celebrated for being entertaining despite not being as iconic as their animated predecessors, others get dragged and mauled by fans on the internet, sometimes to a disturbingly toxic degree. However, in the case of Lilo and Stitch, the vibe prior to its release was quite different. Originally set to be a Disney Plus release, strategy shifted when it was revealed at D23 last year that the movie would be coming to theaters. Leading up to the release of the film, the marketing team absolutely did not mess around. The amount of creativity and comedic energy throughout this campaign was absolutely incredible. It was so chaotic that even Stitch himself was getting in on the act. He was being an usher at movie theaters, driving a Power Wheels car, jumping out of popcorn buckets, and eating ice cream on a Ferris wheel. You have got to respect somebody who does manual labor to promote his own movie. After that, skipping this movie was off the table. But as the latest live-action adaptation of a Disney classic, one does have to wonder, is this another pointless remake from the Mouse House? Or could it be a reimagining that takes what made the original so special and turn it into something even more beloved and impactful? Only way to find out is to ride the wave and discover the answer for ourselves. Here's the Porter Report movie review for Disney's Lilo and Stitch. There are those of us who ponder whether or not we are alone in the universe. For one family, that question is going to get answered in an unexpected way. For 6-year-old Lilo, things haven't been easy for her since the recent passing of her parents. Her struggles to form connection with others makes her growing loneliness that much harder. In an attempt to help her with this, her guardian and older sister Nani gets the idea of giving her her own furry companion. While a ton of the fur babies at the shelter are appealing upon first glance, one catches her eye and captures her heart almost instantly. With his blue fur and innocent-looking demeanor, Lilo and her new furry BFF, who she named Stitch, set off on their new life together. However, upon getting him home, Lilo and Nani soon start to realize that their new house guest is unlike any dog they've encountered before. In fact, Stitch actually isn't a dog at all. He's actually an escaped genetic experiment, designation code 626, who is being hunted by the Galactic Federation after being branded a dangerous fugitive. His original programming was designed for him to be a force of destruction, making his ability to be domesticated next to impossible. With federal agents, intergalactic bounty hunters, and his creator Jamba Jukiba closing in to apprehend the blue furry menace, Stitch must learn to adapt to his new settings, overcome his original programming, and discover what it truly means to be part of a family. Summer is about to get a whole lot more chaotic in the live-action adaptation of the beloved 2002 Disney Animation Studios classic. Director Dean Fleischer Camp brings Disney's island and galaxy-spanning adventure to life with a brand new twist, but still full of the blue-laced chaos and antics from the mischievous extraterrestrial himself, Experiment 626. After going on this Hawaiian roller coaster ride with one of Disney's most iconic duos, Lilo and Stitch is a genuinely enjoyable adaptation of the 2002 animated classic. The stigma around Disney's live-action reimaginings is a strong point of contention for those who want the studio to invest in fresh stories. But Disney continues to do live-action modern updates nonetheless. While some haven't hit well with audiences, there are times when some of them do. Lilo and Stitch manages to be an enjoyable family film that respects the animated predecessor while also forming an identity of its own. There are a lot of things to love about this movie, but the obvious place to start is the performances. Despite it being her big screen debut, Maya Kealoha absolutely shines as Lilo. I don't think I've seen an actress in a Disney live-action film in a while who truly embodies their animated counterpart. Kealoha expertly captures the chaotic essence of Lilo, as well as the deep-seated loneliness that hides the character's true inner turmoil. The heart and soul that she brings to this film is what truly makes it such a delight to watch. But what is a leading lady without her equally incredible screen partner? I think it's safe to say that What? Why am I on here? Okay, anyway, as I was saying, I think it is safe to say that Stitch is just as... Wait, what is happening right now? Oh, okay, just push through. As I was saying, it is safe to say that... Okay, seriously? You know what? Cut it. Stitch, have you been messing with the graphics?
Huh?
Wow, that is unprofessional even for you. May I please continue this without any more childish interruptions? Thank you. Now, where was I? Oh, right, we were just about to talk about him. As you can probably guess, Stitch is just as unhinged and downright fun to watch in live action as he is in animated form. From his appearance, dialogue, body language, and on-screen presence, the animation team truly outdid themselves in bringing the character to life, making him feel more alive than ever. What's more is that you truly feel the extent of Stitch's arc as he goes from an instrument of destruction to someone who is willing to change for the ones he cares about. This version of the character works just as well as his 2D counterpart, which is a rare thing to say when talking about photorealistic interpretations of these iconic characters. Credit should also go to Chris Sanders for reprising his role and adding additional thematic layers to this version of him. Speaking on the supporting cast, the rest of the ensemble is solid in their own right as well. Sydney Aguadong's version of Nani is unique from her animated counterpart, as the character not only deals with the struggles of raising her sister, but also the emotional hurdles of putting her dreams on hold as a result. Aguadong does a great job of crafting a modern update of Nani, while maintaining all the relatable qualities that are at the heart of the character. The rest of the cast enhances the movie in a way that adds to its entertainment value quite a bit. Kaipo Dudois is good as David, but isn't given as much to do as his animated counterpart. Thankfully, the addition of Amy Hill's Tutu picks up the slack. A new addition exclusively for the live-action film, Tutu acts as a great motherly figure in the ensemble while adding her own sense of humor. Others like Courtney B. Vance, Zach Galifianakis, and Hannah Waddingham are good in their roles as Cobra Bubbles, Jamba Jukiba, and the Grand Councilwoman respectively, with Galifianakis doing what he can to add his own spin to the character, despite it still not being on the level of the late David Stiers. But if we're gonna give an unsung MVP award in this film, it absolutely has to go to Billy Magnuson for his role as Pleakley. I truly underestimated how absolutely perfect he was in the role. Magnuson's physical comedy in human form, coupled with his vocal performance as the character in animated form, are darn near spot on to the original 2002 animated counterpart. I literally have no notes on this portrayal because this is the perfect example of casting done right. Aside from the performances, one of the things that makes Lilo and Stitch work so well is its ability to strike a good balance when it comes to honoring the original while doing things that differentiate itself from it. For me, the best Disney live-action films make changes to the established narrative that complement the modernization aesthetic. A good example of this was found in the 2023 remake of The Little Mermaid. That film changed Ariel's motivation for wanting to become human, but the changes allowed her to be driven by more than just her own selfish desires. It added more complexity and nuance to the character, and the movie benefited as a result. The same can be found here. Lilo and Stitch has changes to his narrative while still maintaining the heart of what makes these characters so beloved. Not all of the remakes manage to do this, but you can tell the difference between the ones that do and the ones that fall short. But on top of all of that, the movie is just so much fun to watch. The chaos that unfolds on screen, mainly because of Stitch, and the movie's quick-witted humor kept me laughing throughout. If I had to label a criticism, the film's pacing is a bit accelerated compared to the animated film, which is crazy considering the film is longer than the 2002 classic. It speeds through a lot of scenes, some pretty iconic from the original. However, some of the elements removed from this version of the story contribute to those decisions. But despite all of that, I still say that this is the most fun I've had watching a Disney live-action film in a while. The movie also isn't short on heart, as some emotional moments do their job in the places they're supposed to, with a few that are actually really effective. That says a lot about Fleischer Camp's understanding of tone and his knack for genuine, heartfelt storytelling. Overall, Lilo and Stitch is such a fun family romp that honors the original, yet still stands on its own as a genuine feel-good film. I can't say enough about the great job everyone involved did in making arguably one of the best Disney reimaginings in quite some time. Given the stigma around the practice, it's nice to know that some of these stories can translate well into live action. It may not be as iconic as the original, but it does accomplish the rare feat of being just as entertaining as the animated counterpart that preceded it. Just to be clear, I am fully aware of the stigma that comes with the release of these Disney live-action remakes. But once in a blue moon, one comes out and actually ends up being pretty doggone good. To my surprise and delight, Lilo and Stitch is one of them. It balances nostalgia and new modern elements well, while still being a fun and entertaining family film in its own right. I rarely say this about these live-action reimaginings, but I can honestly say that you can watch either this version or the 2002 animated classic and get equal amount of entertainment value from each. That really speaks to the time, effort, and care that went into this interpretation, and having a director that understands what these characters mean to people. And when it comes to modernizing these iconic stories, that absolutely goes a long way. But with all that, the time has come to throw it to you guys. Sound off in the comments below your thoughts about Lilo and Stitch, but be mindful of anything that could potentially be seen as a spoiler. This may be a remake, but there are some things that differentiate it from the original. So try not to reveal those changes for those who have yet to see the movie. This movie checks all the boxes if you're looking for a perfect summer family film and a genuinely good remake of a classic. Here's hoping the one coming out next week is just as good, if not better. Make sure you stay tuned for more reviews and continuing coverage of the 2025 summer movie season and beyond. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to stop on by. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day, and until the next review, I'm BJ Porter, and this has been the Porter Report. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta have a little chat with my house guest. You, come here. Dude, you said you were gonna behave while I work. Not a distraction, you sabotaged my graphics. When did you even have time to do that? I'm not being emotional, you're the one who's acting out. Oh, okay, so you get a hit movie, now all of a sudden you think you can... Wait, is my mic still on?
Yeah.
Well, that sums up the day, doesn't it?
Can Stitch say goodbye?
Yeah, why not? Might as well. Say bye, Stitch.
Bye!